Guys, good to have you here. My name is Alexi, for those who don't know, and I'm CEO and founder of Everex, and today is AMA session. I'll be answering the questions that you guys submitted through the Reddit channel and let you know what's happening with our company for the last few months, give you an update, and let's do it. So first thing is the main question. What progress has been accomplished since the last AMA in April 2018? Well, as you all know, there was a lot of developments on both on the market and internally. So for the last few months, what we can report is we finalized the strategy, we finalized the team formation more or less, and we figured out the use cases. So our focus, as you know, been specifically on building the fiat to crypto gateways and use stable token and Everex token for both crypto and non-crypto use cases. So saying this in terms of the milestones achieved, the main one obviously was the signing partnership with the Shwe bank in the Myanmar. This is the first, our major milestone of getting the bank into the future Everex network, and following by 4 months of work with one of the top 4 largest Thai banks. The partnership with them we expect to be signed literally in a few weeks. Don't want to spoil it, but that's where we are, and we have been working with them for, like I said, over 4 months already on the different aspects, but primary building this Thailand to Myanmar international remittance corridor for migrant workers, which is our first use case. Now, on the technology front, quickly, for the last few months, we have updated the Explorer. You probably saw the entry in the blog. Explorer 3.0 release. There's a lot of features there, and we expect to keep developing this product further. Also, the wallet has been rewritten on the backend side, and we will be releasing the update prior to our soft launch next month. I have a pleasure to actually announce 1 or 2 right now. So what I have here is about 10 days ago, or maybe less, we received the first official approval of the Central Bank of Myanmar to allow Shwe Bank and Everex, and we are included in this directive, to conduct inbound and outbound remittance to the country. I'll read it here. It's a lot of things, but bottom line, we can do international remittances by the private bank branches, which has the remittance link from Shwe Bank agents through the states, including in Myanmar, and they can also withdraw Myanmar Kyat for Thai baht by using Everex remittance software and service in the bracket. So what does it mean? It means that we received the first ever, I believe, for the blockchain companies to receive direct approval from the central bank of the country. So this is huge, guys. So, and the next step, we will be expecting the similar approval from the Bank of Thailand, which we will, well, again, I don't know exactly how, when this will happen, but it's important so we can secure those 2 approvals from the central banks, and this will actually kind of seal our business progress with this corridor. I'm talking about Thai to Myanmar remittance. So this is first big news. Second news, I would say, well, I'll spoil it a little bit, but we're working with Huobi Exchange on signing up the partnership agreement where Everex will be introducing OTC and exchange white label platform. And this will be done through, so the value that we will provide is using Everex as the funding token. Again, I don't want to spoil it too much, but the news are coming, and we will have this announced in a few weeks, pending the finalization of documents with Huobi. in general, what this will give is the ability to direct purchase and redeem EVX through our fiat channels and fund not only Huobi but also all other exchanges where EVX is trading, such as Binance, OKEx, HitBTC, and a few more. They are top 4 out of top 10 exchanges, which provides huge amount of liquidity, and this is the value which we believe we can add. So, and at the same time, this is the EVX, one of the utility cases for the EVX to serve as remittance, as the payment, the funding token between the fiat and the crypto and back. Focuses on 3 major use cases. 2 of them, what we would like to call non-crypto use, and 1 is a strictly crypto use case. So the first, obviously, as we all know, is the cross-border money transfer. We're starting with the Thailand to Myanmar migrant worker remittance, and we're closing this loop by actually introducing the trade finance deal, where businesses from the Myanmar who needs to pay businesses and buy stuff and goods and products and services in Thailand can actually purchase our eThai stable token for the local currency, and this way we're closing the loop. So this is our major use case. Second use case, also non-crypto, what we like to call the travel money. This is travel money / FX, where travelers will be able to swap their national currencies. Travelers traveling to Thailand, swapping their euro, dollars, and whatever we will be able to swap for Thai baht. And when tourists arrive in Thailand, they already have Thai baht at a very good rate, because we will be able to cut the FX rate currently offered by banks at least in half. And not only that, it also would allow us to integrate the merchant network to accept the eThai baht. And this way we're serving 2 purposes. So we're saving money for the users coming into Thailand. At the same time, we digitizing, we're putting the merchant network online so they can accept the payments in eThai baht over the blockchain also online, which triggers another set of services such as lending, credit scoring, etc. And the third use case I mentioned before briefly is the fiat to crypto gateway, where we use the EVX as a funding token. So plans are to open the fiat gateways in as many countries as possible, and this way users will be able to fund their accounts at the exchanges directly using EVX token. Implementation, the first use case, again, it's not up to us because we're ready. It's basically pending a certain compliance and regulatory approvals. Second use case, travel money, merchant, a little bit aside because we cannot actually accomplish all of that. But the third, fiat to gateway, fiat to crypto gateway, again, we expect to have cases first and third by the end of the year. So, but hopefully next months we will have a soft launch followed by commercial testing and then going live. Where users can buy the token, like I said, we will announce it on our website, and to offer direct purchase and redeem option for the fiat. Possibility for tokens to be earned. Yes, this is another utility case for the EVX. Basically, users who will be using this service will be granted. So we also plan to have EVX as a loyalty point. So obviously, we need the users to use our system, and the more traction is in there, the more users will be rewarded. We expect the launch of the first commercial testing already by the end of this month. Again, we will start internal testing, then commercial testing, and then launch. Again, technologically we are ready. It just, we still have to clear certain regulatory approvals, because guys, you need to understand, this is like a first thing, okay? So this is such highly innovative product, and we were able to beat a few competitors who also were trying to get into this market and work with the same banks that we do. So it was a lot of work that was completed behind the scenes for the last few months to get where we are now. So we are very enthusiastic and, like I said, doing everything to go live. This is our primary goal. Additional corridors, absolutely. While Thailand and Myanmar is only, we consider this as the major first corridor. It may sound, for those who don't know, that it's not that big. However, we're talking about over $400 million per month trade volume. Okay, so this pretty good chunk of business. Once we grease the wheels, so to speak, obviously it will be so much easier for us to add another corridors, and we're focusing on Southeast Asia and surrounding countries. Obviously we're targeting China. China is a huge market, but it's very hard to get there, but we're looking at it. So we plan to establish the gateways with China, with other Southeast Asian countries, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. This is our focus for now, and we will touch Europe and the US for the travel money case. Yes, the wallet is our primary product. So obviously our vision is to have this wallet as the multifunction app where you can not only make a payment in the fiat currencies, but also swap it to the crypto using Everex token, which will be integrated in the wallet. And by having those transactions, you will be our financial partners will see the financial activity of the users and offer some lending on the spot. So to answer this question, yes, that's exactly the goal of our product, to have this mobile app functioning as the wallet and also as a credits, I want to say card, but like credit wallet app. So you can get at least a micro loan on the spot in a different currencies. And in addition to that, we will be introducing cross-border lending, which means that if you travel a lot, like say the tourists, and here we have a lot of use cases when the tourists coming here, but once you land in Southeast Asia, it doesn't matter how large your bank account is because nobody knows it. So you have to withdraw cash and you are operating with the cash. But we know that this number of customers may have a good credit. So for small amounts, like a few $100s, it will be possible to actually borrow right in the app. And you will be able to select from the number of competitive lenders for which rate and payment terms to accept. Yes, decline in Ethereum prices obviously raised some concern. Yes, we, like most of the ICO projects, we got hit quite hard in terms of diminishing value. However, I may assure you that we still have a pretty long runway, so we feel comfortable, and by the time we get to getting some traction, we believe that Ethereum will rebound and we will be back on track. Now, about moving Ethereum to other platforms, and it's not only but the companies and the tech team, we are convinced that at the same time, right now, it's just not prudent, because no matter how great other blockchain 3.0 projects may sound, it's just too risky to move any of the value to them. And the fact that all of those stable coins that I mentioned, projects that I mentioned in the last question, choose Ethereum ERC20 tokens, speaks for itself. So Ethereum is so far the best platform. It's been tested. It survived DDoS attacks, DAO hack, CryptoKitties, airdrops, ICOs, and it still works. So we believe so far, and obviously the most important is the smart contract technology. So for now, we have no plans to move out of Ethereum, and we hope that the scalability problem will be solved by the time when we need it. How Explorer helps. Explorer is our backbone. So for those who had a chance to test our wallet, you can see that if you click on the transaction, it actually sends you to the Explorer. and we use it as our settlement system, pretty much settlement monitoring system, because it basically gets you direct connection to Ethereum blockchain. That's why we develop Explorer and the wallet sort of like in a tandem together, and those two are quite very important part of the project. Now, about the involvement of the developers, Explorer offers open API. So I encourage everybody who would like to contribute and just maybe make yourself more familiar with our technology to look at the GitHub at the Explorer API and see what projects you can do, because you can do widgets, you can do some analytics tool, pretty much just look it over and talk to us, contact the Explorer team with the questions, and we're looking forward to working with you. Well, white paper is not even the business plan. So the white paper, and as it says correctly in the question, it's a vision. So basically, we still stand by this vision of the white paper. The thing is, how we get there, we can choose the different roads. So our primary road was, and is still, to pursue the stable token route by working with the banks and having them to underwrite a stable token in their respective currencies using our wallet technology. So far, we achieved some progress, as you know, as I told before. So we are on the path on this. How fast we get there, it's hard to say, because you know that there's a saying: you can be a good man, you can contribute to charity and be the great guy, but the number of people on your funeral is solely dependent on the weather. So the weather, in our case, to address this to our situation, is the regulatory situation, is the market conditions, and the public perception. So every time we introduce something new, we have to talk to the regulators, and they sometimes don't share our vision because they have their own sets of rules. So what I can tell you, that we pursue all possible opportunities to get there. So in terms of Bank and Holy Group, as you know, last year we were in their accelerator, but they decided not to pursue the deal, because last year it was absolutely not possible to even talk about the blockchain. Now, a year later, it's a different story, because, as you know, the Thailand pursues the very interesting regulation, and I'll speak about this quickly here. For those who may have read about what's happening here, Thai SEC is coming up with the great regulatory basis for cryptocurrencies and digital assets, which would allow to register exchange, ICO portal, broker, and a dealer's business that would allow to conduct legal ICOs in the country and basically attract all the talents from outside to beautiful country of Thailand and launch your business there. We will be in the epicenter of this. We're already preparing to be a part of this licensing conglomerate, and looking forward to see you here. As for the Holy Group, we work with them, but you should understand it's a big Chinese company, super conservative. They're helping us a lot in the operations, but our entrance to China with the Holy help will happen after we launch the first project here with the Myanmar. So this will be our second step. Well, that was all questions for today. If I missed any questions, please send it to us through the Reddit. I'll be happy to respond in writing, and see you soon.